possession. Manning throws incomplete. Pitch to Weiser. He's going to pitch it back. Then back to Manning. Pressure. Throwing. Incomplete.
Is Eli Manning up there on a hill with a sniper? If not, take his ass out the game. I mean, what other team but the Longhorns? You feel me? They said we couldn't do it. And we did it. Hey, they said you can't beat Kentucky by 3 points. We'll show y'all. How about this? How about this? What if we beat them by 3 points in overtime? Bet you ain't never seen that. I bet the SEC never seen that. And see, this is another reason why Texas is just a net positive to everything that the SEC's got going on. Who else will give you a nice barn burner against a basketball school? We are officially the worst offense in the SEC. Christ is king. Getting a first down is like getting a tooth pulled in this era of Arch Manning and Steve Sarkisian. And I don't know who's worse. Is it the, offensive guru? His wife is super fresh. They got dope suits. I used to coach at Alabama, so I get the longest leash in America. Is that what it is, Sark? Because God forbid on 3rd and 2, you call anything. Hey, Sark, don't call anything against Kentucky except a double reverse pass. Please. Please, Sark, I'm begging you. I'm begging you for us in this, I don't know how many $1 million team of NILs and Lambos and Manning last names. Hey, Warby Parker commercials and I see all these damn commercials. We can't get a first down. And Moore, I love you, DeAndre Moore. I'm not going to get on to you for running out of bounds just for us to sweat into overtime because it's not your fault, big guy. I really wish I could, but no. It was Steve Sarkisian who at one point opened up a drive with throwing the ball like 8 times in a row. We were allergic to running the ball. Arch Manning threw the ball 27 times. 13, sorry. Whoa, giving him a little too much credit. 12 for 27 and 132 yards, 4.9 average. Dylan Gabriel numbers. Phenomenal. Shout out Arch Manning. Hey, Peyton, Eli, you might have to take Arch out back. I don't know. I tried caping. I made the jokes. He was flexing on Sam Houston players. I had to come in here and look at this camera and justify it. But I can't justify you missing wide open wide receivers again. I can't justify against one of the worst teams in the SEC. I can't justify an offense looking terrible. Shout out to the defense. Shout out Ryan Niblett. Lord have mercy. Without him, we wouldn't have won the last 2 games. I think the punt return, that's really what sparked it and kicked us over Oklahoma. We would have lost to Kentucky, the basketball school. We would have lost to Kentucky, guys, if it wasn't for the punt return. Golly. Look, I want to show you. I just want to show you something. Can I show you something? I got some things, man. I got some things to show you as a Texas fan that I'm not too happy with. Thank you. And I was actually going to go on ESPN and do it. Actually, I don't know why I'm looking at a picture. Why don't we just look at it? Why don't we just look at it right here? Let's go to team stats. I want to show you something here. I want to show you time of possession. They had the ball for 40 minutes. And by Jesus, that Kentucky offense, I thought our offense is the only one that's worse than the Kentucky offense because we were just giving chance after chance. I want to show you 2 things. They had it for 40 minutes. We had it for 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Hey, good job winning the penalty game. Huh, Sark? Yeah, real discipline. But that's not the thing. Where's the fumble? Show me the fumbles. Please, by God, show me the fumbles. Kentucky put the ball, and I'm not sure if they're going to put muffs. They fumbled the ball. Okay, no, they have all of them. 4 times. 4 times. Not one was recovered by Texas. Not one. Just let you know what type of night it was. It wasn't great. It wasn't phenomenal by any stretch of the imagination. We ran 47 plays. Kentucky ran 75 plays. Now, thank the Lord, we have the best goal line defense in the nation and probably one of the best defenses in the nation. Because, Jesus, I mean, Arch would just go out there and just throw a ball at someone's foot. Sarkisian just be like, all right, well, this time we're going to hit him with a double reverse. He was calling play action passes. Sark, we hadn't run the ball yet. We were not running the ball. There was a moment where what's it called? Arch Manning was like 8 of 9 coming out of the half. Do you see how many carries the running backs have? They had a total of how many? Listen, and we gotta get Arch out of here. So take the 11 away. It was 15. It's 15 carries. Didn't even try to establish the run. Forget. Oh, not have y'all didn't even try. And shout out Cutter Boley. We couldn't get that motherfucker down. There was a time where it was like he was sacked and everybody was on them, and he just I was like, nah. He said, I'm Johnny Manziel in this motherfucker. I said, what? That was the most frustrating game of all time. But apparently, it's a rite of passage to sweat one out against Kentucky. They had 330. Like, we were trying to lose this game. I don't know who has to feel worse, Texas fans or Kentucky fans. Y'all could have won this game. I got to be honest with you. The fact I'm surprised we scored 10 points. The fact that we got, if it wasn't for that punt return, it would have been 10-6. It would have been 10-6. And we would be slowly going home, sad by losing to Kentucky. We're not going to beat Georgia. We're not going to beat Texas A&M. Arch Manning, I mean, it's over. It's over. It's over. Your friendly Texas fan who this time last year was probably complaining about Quinn Ewers. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, Quinn, I want you back. I do now. I mean, please. At least I could predict the wild Quinn Ewers interception. Yeah, he's gonna throw away the interception. Okay, cool. But we can move the ball, and I don't know what happened to Steve Sarkisian. I'm not gonna look. Y'all not here to listen to a bunch of Texas bullshit. All right, we are terrible. Comment down below how awful we are. He had a 24 QB. Yo, we gotta bench him. It's like we have to. Something has to change. Either bench him or Steve Sarkisian. Hey, you on Kevin Stefanski watch, boy. If you call another offensive play call, I'm gonna be upset because there's nothing I can do. I ain't a booster. I ain't got no booster money. I'm gonna just be upset and be sad. So don't do that, big dog. I ain't gonna like that. Let's talk about some other games. Let's make fun of some teams. Just make sure, because there are some stats that we're missing. I want to make sure. So people say Arch is mentally okay. Texas has some of the best goal line defense I've ever seen in the past 2 years. Luke Morris, you know what I'm saying? You can say that. Where would this program be without goal line stands? And as you see, look, I want to be mean to Arch, but he was getting absolutely obliterated. I don't know if you can see. Now, he did miss a wide open Parker Livingston here. I do want to point that out. But, he got absolutely clobber-lopped. Nobody at CFB has it worse than people who have to watch Steve Sarkisian ball every Saturday. God. And he misses. Yeah, that's the same one. Texas has national championship defense. So I do want to point this out. Quinn Ewers got benched over a performance not even half this bad, and he earned his stripes at Texas. Arch Manning has this long of a leash for what? We're going to need a 30 for 30 for this situation in the near future. It's pretty bad. Like, it's one thing, and here's the stats at, what was that, halftime, right? 8 for 20. At one point, like, hey, okay, so all right, Arch, you're just ass. Cool. At some point, Steve, figure it out. Let's just call something else. How about get 60 not to? I don't care. Is Eli Manning up there on a hill with a sniper? Does Peyton Manning have a button that can just blow up a vest underneath you right now? If not, take his ass out the game. God damn. The fewest number of total yards in Steve Sarkisian era at Texas is 199, which came in a 17-10 loss to TCU in 2022. The Longhorns have 134 yards through 3 quarters in Lexington. How did we finish? Well, we went to overtime, so it doesn't count. Did we finish with over 199 yards? Can y'all show me this? Let me see. I have to, because we went to overtime. Box score. Do we have more than 120 overall, or 199, 132 plus 47? That's pretty close. Go to team stats. Possessions, first down, total yards, 179. This officially marks the least amount of offensive yards, and we went into overtime. These motherfuckers, they had 395 yards. Golly. Sarkisian is the problem. Kentucky was ranked 107th in the country at 402.2 yards per game allowed coming into tonight. Texas has 102 yards of offense with 4 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Have to find some sort of rhythm. So I want to point that out. We were ass against an ass defense. Merry Christmas. You're going to see a video of me next week here crying about us losing to another team. I hope you enjoy that video. Okay, some other stuff. Let's get to some other things. Let's make fun of other teams because my team is coming up. Texas Tech. You know what? I want to be mean to Texas Tech, but hey, man, it's the Red Raiders. It's their first time back in the spotlight. Give them a chance. They got all the tortilla. They had that bad tortilla ruling. They got billions of dollars in oil money over there. You know what I'm saying? They'll find a way. Y'all gonna be all right. I do love the win for Tyson. I love the win for Levitt. Shout out to them Arizona Devils. Hey, ever since that overtime thriller, I respect. Sun Devil. Ohio State is just cruising for a bruising. I do want to point out they're playing Wisconsin, but I mean, hey, it's the Big Ten. Big Ten schedules are going to be Big Ten schedules, right? Who else? Miami. No. As we talk about teams and players that completely ruining themselves. Oh, shout out to Carson Beck. Carson Beck threw 4 interceptions and had a higher QBR than Arch Manning. That's remarkable. Carson Beck, 25 for 35, 271, 4 interceptions, no touchdowns. Louisville. Now, I will say Louisville's a good team. I'm not going to be something here. And that's why I didn't make the video last night because it wasn't really, oh my God, so crazy. The crazy thing was the fact that Carson Beck just threw the game away and completely threw his draft stock away. Like I had a weekly, what's it called? I had a weekly series on my channel where I was checking in on the, the rankings of the quarterbacks. And that series isn't going away. I just have to reset everything. I got to reset my information, my research, because, Carson Beck was about to be the new. I had to add him and take Arch Manning out. Like it's awful, and it's because this terrible quarterback play we're seeing. And shout out to them. So Louisville's a good team. Miami does what they do best, and they throw away their college football playoff chances at the end after having an explosive offense. And they finally had a defense too this time. So that is very, very tough. What else we got? Going quickly here. Oregon over Rutgers. They took out a little bit of pain on Rutgers. Arizona falls to Houston. Houston's looking like a good team. TCU over Baylor. I was watching this a little bit. This had classic Big 12 written all over. I like to see that. Missouri, Auburn going into overtime. That's why I need to be watching the Holy War, Utah and BYU. BYU is an absolute wagon right now. Utah is a scary team too. Nevada versus New Mexico. Indiana is just rolling. Fernando Mendoza is going to be at the top of the list right now when it comes to the draft quarterbacks. I mean, he's just dealing right now. And shout out, can we, hey, as someone who has to play the Georgia Bulldogs, can we shout out Gunnar Stockton? All I heard from Georgia fans is offense is terrible. Gunnar Stockton can't throw the ball. I mean, how about four of them things on your head top? All Georgia did, I just watched Georgia respond every single time. Points on the board. And the thing, and you can see, Ole Miss was cooking 7-14. They were doing just fine. They were putting points on the board. They scored 35 points on a Georgia defense, but somehow, in what world does a Kirby Smart Georgia offense have enough gas to put up 43? Since maybe in the Stetson Bennett days, I know it's crazy to say, but I don't know this Georgia offense. I mean, A Carson Beck offense couldn't do this. They couldn't do it. They just kept scoring. It wasn't pretty all the time. Gunnar Stockton put his neck out sometimes. But they made the moves. They spread the ball around. The tight ends got involved. And man, if Georgia doesn't find just a way, they just find ways to win. They do. That's what type of team they are. Ole Miss will be all right. Alabama over at Tennessee. I mean, Alabama's just looking like a really good team. Vanderbilt is looking like Texas has to play Vanderbilt too. Vanderbilt's going to beat us. LSU versus Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt just looks like, I mean, Jesus. You know who I'm predicting number 4 team in the nation. Oh, they can't because of Texas A&M. Wait, no. Texas A&M is going to slide up, sadly. Dog, if Georgia Tech isn't in the top 5, we're going to have a conversation. Them boys is nasty. Notre Dame pulls that against USC. Oklahoma bounces back versus South Carolina. What happened to South Carolina? What happened? They were supposed to be like the guys. Virginia over Wazoo. South Florida over Florida Atlantic. Memphis loses a heartbreaker to UAB because, you know, the whole UAB coaching situation. Cincinnati, Oklahoma State. Michigan stuffs Washington in the locker. I like their quarterback, Washington's quarterback, but, I mean, stuff them boys in that locker. He said, what you talking about? Clemson. That's all I got to say there. James Madison, Marshall. A lot of other different things like that. Oh, shout out to UCLA. They did get the win. Yo, they're like undefeated since they've switched the whole regime up. Shout out to Nico. Hope everything does great. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a better day than Texas fans had because this was absolutely abysmal, sad, very, 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 very depressing. You have a great, phenomenal rest of your night. We'll see you next time.